sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the work, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
Yeah, we just got back from church. We had to wear this shirt today because it was men of the choir basically leading today for choir. I could have said that a lot differently, but for choir, and the women were doing the sermon. It was a good word, as always. Your boy I just be having anxiety because a lot of more people that I didn't know showed up today, and yeah, I just be having those moments where, like, you know, you get up and you just don't know where to look because it's like, dang, you see all these people, you're just like, okay, if I keep on looking that way, start getting more shaky, so let me look down. And you know, for me, I just get a little in my head and feel awkward for doing all that, so you know, I just be overthinking more, and yeah. But anyways, got up for congregation and, you know, ate the little bread, drank the little wine thing, sat back down. But for some reason, I always feel my neck and everything just like jerk and stuff like that when I be taking the little sip of the wine and stuff like that. Anxiety, it is real, and I do not play with it. But I be praying to God, and you know, he can heal that. I know for sure he can heal that. So I just be trusting God and trying not to let the devil get to me, because that's all it is. The devil trying to make me think in my mind that somebody's either judging me or something else is going on, and it's not true. And today's sermon, we were just like talking about trusting God, having faith in God, and just letting him guide, or getting a profit from the word, basically. So what that means is, you know, you putting into the word, you're putting in your time, you're putting in your energy, and God is gonna like bless you. I mean, he already blesses you regardless, but the fact that you're really going into the word and understanding it, you're putting a profit into yourself to be more understanding of who you are as a person, and continue to trust in God. Because the more you read the word, the more you understand that God is really there for you. Because you see all the stories within the Bible showing that some stories similar to your own, and that God wouldn't let you just fail like that, and you think that is really the end, but it's really just God, you know, either putting you through some trials to have more faith, or putting you into these trials to have more patience. But there's a reason as to why you're going through something, and that's just something I've always been starting to realize. But then that's just putting in that portion in learning the word and having faith in the word, and voice crack. But having that faith in the word, it really does a lot. And I know everyone says this and that, and doesn't really, and people will be hearing that, and they don't believe that the God is real, or that word, all the religious stuff isn't real. I mean, you can believe what you want to believe. I'm not gonna force nothing on nobody. But me personally, I've seen what God has done for me, so I'm gonna continue to have my faith in God, and I'm gonna continue to tell people about my own journey with God, and I'm gonna continue to like help you in finding your journey if you genuinely want to walk with Christ and everything like that. I don't ever want to force nothing on nobody, and I never want to take somebody apart from their own religion and stuff like that. But I know my God, and I know that I'm Christian, and I know that I walk with only one God, and that's just my belief. But you know, if anybody has like the same you know, religion, the same faith in what I have, then I'm for sure gonna talk about it, and I'm for sure gonna share that testimony to anyone that needs to hear it. Or even some people just slowly starting to get into the word. Like, I'm open to, you know, like learning with you, or, you know, guiding with you. But I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. God doesn't expect us to be perfect. Now, he wants us to grow within the word, and he wants us to grow with him in our spirit. But I feel like some of us, we put too much of a certain standard for people trying to be in the word and more developed in the word. And that's why we end up, stepping back, or we start feeling like, oh no, we're not worthy of God. God takes you as you are, and that's the fact. If anybody tries to tell you different or judge you, claiming that they're Christian, then they don't know the word, because God said we are not right to judge. Why judge a brother if you have the same issue? Like, let's be so for real. And anybody in general who judges you, not even a Christian or not, like, when you know the word, you know that they can't tell you nothing. They are a mere mortal. It literally says that. It literally says that in the Bible. They are a mere mortal to God. God is the only true one that can judge us. So when you start realizing that, like, if you even find yourself judging other people, stop it. Because I know it happens, and it's so easy to do that. But when you learn that that's not really righteous, that's not what God wants us to do, you start to understand, like, well, the reason as to why I always think somebody's judging me is because I'm judging other people. Maybe that's the case. See, God puts certain things in your life, but sometimes it's the devil, and we got to be able to differentiate between the both. And the way we can do that is simply having a conversation with God, is simply asking him to show you, because he will show you, even in the littlest ways possible. If you think that's God, 9 times out of 10 it's God, because you feel it in your spirit. God tells you within your spirit, we're not here for our flesh. No, we're here to grow within our spirits and within our knowledge of God and the word, and we're here to spread that to other people so we can all be connected in that way. It's so easy for us to like tear each other apart, but it's so much harder trying to bring each other together, because we all have different perspectives, all different views, and at the end of the day, we all were created by one God that loves us all the same, and that has that spirit within us. We have the capability to love one another. We have the capability to grow one another. We have the capability to not be jealous of one another. We have the capability of so many different things that we feel we don't because of the devil. The devil will play in your face thinking that you can't do what this other person is doing, and sometimes whatever the other person is doing is not what we're supposed to be doing. We try to compare, and that's the thief of joy. Never do that. Every single plan that God has for you is meant specifically for you. Don't look at your neighbor thinking, oh, God isn't going to do this for me because he only wants that person to win. God isn't biased. Alright? He's not going to simply just make one person the only person going to be successful. He has the capability of doing that for you too. You just have to ask and be patient. Now, it might be in a different light on how you wanted to be and everything like that, but that doesn't mean that God didn't do what you asked for. I feel like you got to change your perspective and see it from God's point of view. That's facts, though. That's facts. Like, if you hear me, you hear me. If you not. That's cool. I'm not here to make someone understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just speaking for what's on my heart right now and what's on my soul. Because, shoot, I just hopped on here just talking about my day, and then all of a sudden, we got into this because I just feel that that's God. He blessed me to have that type of awareness, to have that type of mindset, and to have my voice to do such things. And the devil, every single time, if I were to do this out in public, I couldn't do it. I'm gonna be honest with myself, because of the devil trying to get in my head about anxiety, all this, people judging me. And so what? God is telling me He is protecting me in every circumstance I'm in. So why be scared? God is protecting me in every circumstance I am in. So why should I be scared? Same for you. Ask yourself. God literally said He is protecting you from whatever is out there. He is powerful than whatever is on this earth. That's the person you should fear. That's the only thing you should fear. Yeah, it's hard. And that's completely fine. You're going through your journey right now. Other things, all these worldly things will try to make you feel like you have to be scared of that, or you have to act this certain way. But that's the word, not the word. That's the world that God is telling us to not believe. He literally, in the Bible, He says, do not trust this world. Do not love this world. And when I mean do not love this world, I'm not saying do not like your neighbors, do not love them and stuff like that. But there's a difference. He wants us to love our neighbors. But the stuff that the devil is putting out there in the world to bring us apart, that's what he wants us not to love. You know, all these things about violence, all this other stuff about animosity, all this stuff about making us think that, oh, next person is out to get us, another thing. Like, no, that's just the devil in our heads trying to make us think that we're trying to put each other to battle and all this other stuff. Like, no. If I see another brother, I see another sister, I only want the best for them. I don't care what we gone through in the past. I'm past all holding grudges, all that stuff. We is grown. And it's not even just being grown. It's being right with God. It's being right with what I was born to be right with. Respect one another. Why am I dissing this? Why am I thinking this about somebody else? That's not me. I didn't grow up disliking people. I didn't grow up judging people. I didn't grow up overthinking all this stuff. I didn't. The devil put that out there. And then it got a hold on me. And it got a hold on y'all that think that's you. But that's not you. We keep on constantly telling ourselves this and that and that. We're just we're manifesting that stuff into our life because that little bit of the devil telling you that it's not true. And that's why it's so important to know the word. It's so important to know yourself and to know what God has for you. Because if you know our God, you know He is not going to stand for it. And you know He's going to make miracles in your life because He will do it. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Shoot. I literally had to get surgery on this right eye. I didn't post about it because that's my own personal thing that I was going on in my life. I didn't feel the need to post things like that. I don't need sympathy. I don't need attention. I don't care for that. But anyways, I had to get surgery on this right eye. Literally before that, I was going into this program, the Euro program, and I thought I was still gonna have like a messed up eye, so it was gonna make it harder for me to like do things. And I literally that same night when my eye got messed up, I thought I was gonna die. If y'all knew the situation, y'all be like, dang, yeah, I would have thought the same thing. But you know, in my mind I was like, God, help me, you know. And guess what? I made it out. of that situation. Eventually I had to go to the hospital, yes. But you know, they ended up fixing my eye, and it don't even really look like nothing even happened. Because that's God. To me, that's God. The Euro program, that's God. Before, I was working Domino's, I was working at FedEx. Got fired from FedEx because my schedule with Domino's interfered with my job at FedEx. And I was just overworking myself to the point where it's just like I didn't have enough energy to give into FedEx. And then, you know, eventually, you know, fired. But then I was just working at Domino's. I wanted to go back to school, but I know how expensive that was right now. And the finances was not financing for my family. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to work at Domino's, eventually get that money up, pay back my student loan, and then eventually go back to school. Because I was generally passionate about going to school for psychology. That's my thing. I want to help people. And, like, I can help people in so many different ways. But I understand like anxiety and all that stuff like that. I dealt with it, so I feel like that's so much easier for me to really help people with, because it's just like I can speak from my own experience from it, but not internalize it and project it onto nobody by like just saying, oh yeah, I know exactly how you feel. No. Now I've been through that, but how was your experience through it, and what can I do to help you maneuver your way through that challenge? That was my mindset of like going into psychology. You know, a lot of people don't really talk about mental health. Why don't I become a psychologist and, you know, help and expand on that, gain the knowledge so I can better understand people? That was my mindset. But, you know, I was like, on a whole another rant on that. But yeah, eventually the year program, I found out from my mom, and then I signed up. I was a little hesitant because I was like, I don't know, this is real. This might seem like a scam. But she had a co-worker daughter that actually went through it, and, you know, she turned out well. So I was like, okay, let me try it then. And if my mom believes I can do it, and shoot, if God believes I can do it, if God put this in my situation, in my life, then of course I can do it. So tried it, and boom, I got my internship. At a corporate job and stuff like that. I'm not saying the corporate company, because I don't know, I'm just kind of scared on like things like that. They have like certain rules where I can't really speak too much about the business, but just know like I enjoy it. I really enjoy my job at like doing this internship and everything like that, and I do see myself working here and things like that. But that right there is just my testimony on God. Like, he really puts situations in your life thinking that, he puts situations in your life to help you grow, and he just always blesses us, you know. Even when we find like we're struggling and stuff like that, that is the moment where I feel like that's where you're gonna get blessed. Like, it might take some time, but that don't mean God ain't working. That don't mean God ain't right there, right beside you. That don't mean nothing. You know, that's that portion of having faith. And it's so hard to not have faith when you're not daily, when you're not constantly, you know, praying to God. You constantly not reading the word, or you just not reminding yourself of what you're a part of. Because God is within us. God is within us all. And just knowing you have that power within yourself allows you to bring a change of mindset that allows you to do so much with your life. But yeah, stay positive. I didn't expect me to, you know, say all this, but, you know, that's just God right there. But stay positive, stay blessed, and don't ever put yourself in a hole of you can't do what you want to do in this life. I could have said that a lot better, but words are words, and I'm gonna say it how I think I'm gonna say it. But yeah, don't put yourself in a hole thinking that everything's coming out to get you, or think that you can't get out whatever struggle you are in. Like, take it one step at a time. We're all human and stuff like that, and God is there. Just ask, and he will bless you, because he is a man of his word. That is a fact. That is a fact. No matter how long it might take. I think we're so fixated on like a certain time. Don't worry about the time that you're gonna get it. Don't even say the time. Just ask for it, and God will bless you at the right time that you're supposed to receive it. And that's facts. Because when you're so fixated on the time that you're supposed to get it, you're gonna be like, I can't believe God, because I said this certain time and it's not that time that I want it to be. Like, chill out. God is waiting for a reason. Trust him, because he's making a way. Alright? Just trust the process. I'm gonna have to say that every time. Trust the process. You don't know. Alright? God knows. Just ask him. And trust and have faith. Don't let the devil make you think that you not gonna get what you deserve in this life. Don't let the devil make you think that you less than what you is. Don't let the devil make you think that you not worth it, because however you are right now in life is how God made you to be. God said, yes, you are perfect the way you are. He did. because he made you that way. Anybody that gotta say anything else, they're not God. So why listen to them? But don't show no hate towards nobody. I know that's easier said than done. But God said to love one another. Because we all have different backgrounds. There's reason as to why people act that way. Some of them don't know the word. Some of them have their own things that they try to project on you. But just pray for them. Because that's all God wants you to do. Pray for them. Wish the best for them. Because they eventually, they gonna heal from that. They gonna heal from that. And plus, showing hate and doing all that, that's not making things better. In reality, if you think about it, that's just what the devil wants. He wants to cause destruction. For what? For what? What do you gain from destruction? What if you're trying to build something and then you showing still hate and all this resentment? That's not doing nothing for you. That's causing more issues for yourself that you know that you're better than. You know that you're better than that struggle. You know you're better than that hate. You know you're better than all that destruction. So, continue to shine. Trust in God. And trust in your own faith in yourself. You know, much love. Stay positive.